we live in a world where it's all about pop tête parle. Comprenez? Comme si nous voulons vivre une vie confortable pour nous-mêmes. But Solomon chose not to make himself happy and chose not to have pouvoir or like fame or power. But he decided he was going to make the people happy by being a good ruler. And that's step 4. If you want to live a prosperous life, put someone's cares over your own.
Yes.
Instead of being materialistic, let us be stewards for others. In order to be a steward, you must genuinely care for the person. You must want to serve the person without receiving anything in return.
Wow.
Thing is, we usually help people. We usually help people who will give us something in return. I'll help this person because I know that they'll pay me back. Or maybe they pay some ça parce que li fait un bagage pour moi déjà, qu'on y a là, I have to do it. C'est comme si une obligation pour faire, and it's not you wanting to really do that in your heart. We live in a world where it's I owe you and you owe me. Where the only people we care about is the people who have cared for us or our friends. The only people who we help are those who we can benefit from in the future. Yet God calls us not only to care for the people that we care for, but for the people that we may not care for and people we do not know. Amen. Because as Jesus has shown in the Bible throughout his life, he went from city to city and he mingled with people. He meted them, he greeted with them, he taught them the word, and he healed people. There are people in nursing homes, unfortunately, who are in pain, who are depressed, and who don't have anyone to visit them. So why don't we be like Jesus and go to them? Amen. Occasionally, me and my family and I, we go to a nursing home with an English-speaking church not too far from where we live. And my brother and I go to the nursing home and we play violin for the people. As soon as we pick up the violins to play, you could see that there's a difference in the room. Wow. You could when you look around the room from my angle, looking at the people who are in the room, you would see patients who were frowning for the whole day all of a sudden have smiles on their faces. You would see people who wouldn't move for the whole week all of a sudden start clapping their hands to the song that I'm playing. And everyone is happy and everything feels right. See, that's what God wants. Amen. He wants us to be the light in someone's dark day. But I ask you, how can a light shine in other lights? If I were to turn on a light in this room right now, would you notice it shine? No. A light works best when it's in darkness. Amen. And a steward works best when he or she serves someone who truly needs it. In the case of Solomon, he truly wanted to serve the people of Israel in the best way possible, which is why he asked for wisdom. And let's finish the passage that we're going to read today. We're at verse 11 and 12. Verse 11 and 12. And that says,
La sagesse et l'intelligence te seront accordées. En nous des richesses, des biens et de la gloire. Comme nous n'avons jamais eu aucun roi avant toi. Et comme nous n'avons aucun après toi.
Let's notice that God starts the sentence by saying, because this was in thine heart. See, nous tous connaissons là que bon Dieu welcome, right? Amen. And and bon Dieu dans totalité ouais cœur Salomon. And he saw that his intentions were pure. See, sometimes we ask God something and God doesn't answer that prayer. But it's not because he didn't hear it. It's because the motive behind the prayer was bad. You prayed for that money not to help somebody else, but to help yourself. You prayed for that house not to invite people to your home, but for you to live a good life. See, for me, being I want to say really medical student, but on the pre-med track, I would have prayed that God make me a doctor right now if I was scared. So if I got to a deal, it's a lot of work. But that's me being selfish and not looking out for somebody else. God speaks in Jeremiah 17 verse 10 and says, I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind to reward each person according to their conduct and according to what their deeds deserve.
Yes, sir.
If you are not sincere to God when you are praying him, unfortunately, he will not answer. That's just how it is. But let us continue. The verse goes on to say, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked for riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies. These are reasonable things for somebody to ask for, being king. The life of thine enemies, that you live a peaceful life. But he didn't ask for that. He asked for wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge the people, over whom I have made thee king. Wisdom and knowledge is granted to thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had before thee or after thee. And after this moment, Solomon he receives more than what he asked for. But my question is, I want us to understand why he received more. Because it's not because he said, Lord, I want wisdom. I don't think you understand. Because, all right, let's pretend God comes to me tonight and he says, Yabu, Monday nepo tell me. And me trying to be smart, right? I'm going to go, well, Solomon, he asked for wisdom and he got everything. And I want everything, right? So, on the way. God, I want wisdom. That's not how it works. It's because your intention. It's all about the intention. It's all about the good in your prayer. It's all about that when you're praying that your heart is being pure. See, the fact of the matter is that it was not him choosing wisdom that led him to gain everything, but it is what he wanted to do with that wisdom. God saw that his heart was pure, and God saw that Solomon truly wanted to help the people. Solomon did not see the money, or the power, or the fame, or the glory, or the status that came with being in position as a king. He only saw what he could do for the people. And because God saw this, he knew that if he gave Solomon the wealth and the pouvoir and the money and everything, that Solomon would use those things to benefit the people.
Right.
See, to live a prosperous life on this earth, it's one thing. I said 4 steps, but it's one thing. Summarize: stewardship. The only reason why Solomon became one of the wisest, richest, and most well-known kings to ever rule Israel is because he wanted to be a steward. He did not want to show off. He did not want to be known. He did not want to boast, but yet he wanted to serve. In order to be prosperous in this life, you must humble yourself. You must put God first. You must have a close connection with God. You must put someone else's cares over your own. You must be a steward.
Excellent.
As I end today, I would like to appeal. Monday, number 224. I would like to appeal. I want a very simple appeal that goes, Lord, I am a sinner. I'm not worthy to be your servant. But I ask that you please make me a steward today. If you feel that God wants you to be a servant, if you feel that God wants you to be a steward for Him, would you come to the front today so that we could pray? Maman de Pastor Caleb pour le prier pour nous. And her feels the need. All of a sudden feels that they're missing something. And that they need God to come in our lives and make us a steward. I ask that you please stand. Come to the front so that we can pray. Pastor Caleb. See, we worry too much about materialistic things. That's why we always pray materialistic prayers. Come see, we pray because it's not bad to pray for those things. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad to pray for those things at all. But it's just, why don't we ever pray for that person that's in need? Why is it always ourselves? God wants us to become stewards for Him. And He's saying, I will take care of all those things for you. But you're praying for the wrong things. Don't worry about all those things in the world, because I got you. It says that in the verse in the memory text. In Matthew 6, verse 31 to 33, it says that. It says God will take care of everything. All you have to do is seek Him first. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. And all these things will be added unto you. The money, the house, the mortgage, and all your words. Give it to God and serve Him as He wants you to. So I ask today that if you want to be a steward for Him, to come forward so that we can pray.
Dieu Tout-Puissant, Roi des rois, Seigneur des seigneurs, nous allons te louer et te bénir pour le privilège à nous accorder de pouvoir fléchir les yeux dans ta présence en vue de faire monter vers toi nos tribus de louange, de reconnaissance pour tous tes bienfaits manifestés envers nous. Merci pour ta présence au milieu de nous, merci d'avoir accepté ce culte que nous t'avons offert. Merci d'avoir utilisé ton serviteur, ton enfant frère Yablonsly, Jacques, afin de nous transmettre ta parole. Vous souhaitez montrer nous comment ton serviteur Salomon, où t'es parlé côté la nuit, et où t'es dit, mandez ça, il t'a fait pour lui. D'abord, il humilié devant, il fait volonté ou il fait cœur content. Il mettait en première position dans la vie, dans tout ça que l'a fait. Il cherchait à gagner une communication étroite avec vous, une bonne relation avec vous. Et en retour, paraître devant nous dire, demander où ça va vraiment. Il dit, vous avez un cœur sage, intelligent, pour qu'il soit capable de bien faire travail là. Pour ne pas faire peuple ou injustice, peuple qui n'ont pas ça. Et demande-lui, te faire plaisir. Que tu es content parce qu'elle n'a pas demandé autre chose. Et grâce à cette demande, ou ça n'a pas même demandé ou même. Et maintenant, vous rappelez-nous à travers ta parole. Nous devons mettre en première position dans la vie. Nous devons chercher à faire plaisir d'abord. Gagner une étroite relation, communication, contact avec vous-même. Et tout l'autre ça, nous pas demander ou à